Hello, it's Laura Firth and welcome to our Pilates hip, butt and thigh class. So we're going to start today lying on our backs, feet on the floor, knees bent and feet hip width apart. And just rotate the palms up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to take some deep breaths as we start. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And with every exhale, just relax all the muscles around the spine and just feel the spine lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. So just begin to imprint the spine down into your mat. Keeping the back of the neck long, using a block or a pillow underneath the head if you like. And take the deep breaths wide into the ribs. Now take your fingers and thumbs together, diamond, and place that on the space between your hips. Now inhale, and as you exhale, draw your lower abdominals in and pelvic floor from your fingertips to the centre of the diamond all the way to the thumbs, scooping them in and up nice and strongly. Just imagining that you've got a tight pair of jeans on. And just take a nice deep breath while holding the engagement of your lower abdominals. So pressing and inhaling the ribs wide and back as you inhale, and then exhale, just feel them fall. Just starting to bring the focus and the awareness to your own body as you breathe. Release the hands, take them either side of you. Inhale, and then as you exhale, chin to chest. So just start to warm up the neck and the spine. And again, inhale to release and exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, release, exhale, chin to chest. So again, we're imagining we have an axle from ear to ear, and the head is rotating around the axle as you do your chin nods. So in total, we're going to do 5 of these. So always exhaling as we bring our chin to our chest, back of the neck lengthens. Hands to the hips again. We're going to inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, I'm going to tuck the tailbone under and press the lower back into the floor. And then inhale to release. Exhale, lifting the tailbone, lower back into the floor, and then exhale, make a slight arch. So we're imagining that we've kind of got a marble that runs between the fingers and the thumbs as you tilt the hips forwards and back as you breathe nice and deep. So getting some nice movement in the hips and starting to work the abdominals as we stabilise and move the hips as well. Release the hands. Inhale to float the arms up just on top of the shoulders, and then exhale, half curl as you bring the arms back down. Inhale, head and shoulders down. Exhale, curl, lifting the head and shoulders, chin to chest, eye gaze on the belly button. And again, inhale slowly down. Exhale strongly into the core. Bring the ribs down towards the waist. Inhale as you lower smoothly. Exhale, press the shoulders down, reach to the fingertips, and inhale to come down once again. Exhale to curl. Inhale down. Exhale to really deepen the abdominals, pull the abdominals in, scoop them up, inhale down, and again, exhale to curl. So really thinking about scooping in the abdominals each time, keeping the chin to chest, just to protect the back of the neck. Exhale as we curl. And then begin to pump the arms for 100. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And your option is to modify and take the head and shoulders down if you like. If you'd like to go further, feet come off the floor, knees over hips, ankles in line with knees, or legs straight, heels together, toes apart. Zipping up through the legs if you're in this position, and lower back pressing down as you scoop the abdominals in strongly. Reach through the fingertips to keep the sides of the neck nice and long. Keep widening the collarbones by pulling the shoulder blades lightly together and sliding them down the back. And keep the breath strong. Keep the eye gaze on your belly button And then slowly release, bringing the head and shoulders down, knees into chest. Grab your block if you have one, or grab a pillow or anything you need, and place it underneath your forehead. Extend the right leg and the left leg, and take the hands behind the right leg anywhere. Elbows wide. Inhale, and then exhale, exhale as you double pulse in. Inhale to switch legs, exhale, exhale as you pulse. Now you can keep going with this with the head and shoulders down, or curling up chin to chest, eye gaze on the belly button. And as you pulse, elbows wide, shoulders relaxing down. So we want to keep a nice big space down the sides of the neck, from the ears to shoulders. And I always like to say, imagine you have a beach ball between the arms and you're squashing that. Release the hands either side of you. And then we're just going to do the same action but without the arms this time. So exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch, exhale. And again, the option is to keep your head and shoulders down if you want to modify. So we're working a little bit more now with the thighs, thigh muscles and the abdominals to work with this movement. So keep the breath deep, keep the eye gaze on the belly button, really strong connection with the abs, really deepen and use the deep abdominal muscles. Hook the knees in, and then bring the feet back down to the floor. Remove the block or pillow from underneath the head. Extend your right leg up, bring hands to hips or hands either side of you. And if you want to go a bit further, extend your left leg along the floor and then begin to circle the right leg either direction, and keeping the breath smooth. Inhale for one circle and exhale for the next circle. Now we want to stabilize the hips, so no rocking from side to side. And we do that by scooping in the abdominals, nice and hard, and breathing into the ribs so we can maintain that. And then reverse, taking it the other way. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we want to keep the movement really smooth and flowing. Be really precise by keeping the hips down. And rebend. Switching legs this time, extending the left leg up, right knee bent or extended along the floor. You can also extend the leg that's lifted. And again, stabilize the hips by using the abdominals, scooping in and up and circling the left leg. If the leg's straight, feel like it's extending and lifting away from the floor, but the hips are grounded down. Deep breaths. And reverse. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Now as you breathe, keep the connection with your abdominals. Keep the front ribs pulling in and release that leg. Extend the right leg again. Inhale here and then exhale to lower. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. So now we're flexing the foot as you lower. Inhale with a straight foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And again, we don't want any arching in the lower back. Keeping the scoop in the abdominals to maintain the imprinted spine as the leg moves. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep relaxing through the shoulders and sides of the neck long. Switching legs. Left leg extended. Inhale, exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, lift. Now you don't have to take the leg as low as me. Take it to your level. So if your lower back comes away from the floor, if you take it that low, just don't take it as low. Reduce the range of movement. But keep extending through the leg. Hips stuck to the floor by the strong abdominals. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And release. Both feet down. Now bring the heels a little bit closer to your bottom. Hands either side of you. Inhale here and then exhale. Tuck the tailbone for bridge. And begin to roll up through the spine, lifting the hips, upper back, or middle back, or maybe the upper back. And then inhale to roll down through the spine, hips to the floor. And again, exhale, lifting the hips, rolling up. Now you want to feel the weight mostly towards the heels and the feet. And I've placed my block between my knees now, just to keep the inner thigh squeezing together, to keep the knees over the ankles. And you can use whatever you like. And again, exhaling to lift and curl. Tucking the tailbone under, reaching the tailbone to the back of the knees, just to lengthen the lower back. And once again, exhale to lift. Keep the back of the neck long, and inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Keep lengthening as we breathe, tailbone to the crown of the head. Always fill the spine with breath. Exhale to lift. Feel the fire in the back of the thighs, the hamstrings. And again, exhale to lift. Inhale, rolling down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. And I think this is the last one. Ooh, staying at the top, extending your right leg this time. Now we're inhaling to lower halfway, and then exhaling strongly to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now here is where we really want to focus on lengthening the lower back and tailbone to the back of the knees. I want to try and keep the right leg that's lifted exactly still. So having the block there really helps. If it ever gets too much, modify and just take that foot back down towards the floor, so both feet are down. Inhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and then exhale to lift. So strong exhale as you lift now. Right foot down, reset, and then exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale to lower halfway. Exhale strongly to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now when it gets slightly harder, try and focus a little bit more around the shoulders, just to release any tension that may have been created. It may have been created in the jaw, so just release anywhere you feel any tension. And again, exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears, and release the left leg down, and then slowly roll back down through the spine, hips to the floor. Excellent. Remove the block between the knees if you have one. And now we're going to set up on our side, so side lying. And I like to use the back of my mat to set up, so I'm in a nice straight line. And you can either have block underneath your ear or anything you've got pillows, and underneath arm extended forward, shoulders on top of each other, or your underneath arm on your ear. So we want ears, shoulders, hips on top of each other, and then just bring your feet further forwards than hips, about 45 degrees. Lift the top leg. Stabilise through the scooping of the abdominals. Inhale, float the leg forwards. Exhale back as you flex through the foot. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Now again, we're stabilising through the hips by using our strong core. And if you find you're wobbling a little bit, either bend the underneath leg for a bit more support, or just focus deeper into the abdominals. As the leg floats back with a flexed foot, think about the hamstring and the butt just squeezing it a little bit harder to create a bit of resistance to help stabilise your hips. Inhale and release. Rotate the thighs, heels together, toes apart, and then inhale to lift and exhale, flex to squeeze together. Now we want to feel like the inner thigh is trying to rotate forwards. The knees rotate, or the top knee should I say, rotating up towards the ceiling. So you should really feel the lower butt and the upper hamstring fire up as you rotate the thigh. And again, stabilise through the hips and the torso, lifting the waist away from the floor to stabilise the rest of the spine. Now take the top knee and bend it on the floor in front of you. Place the block underneath the knee if you like, if you find your top hip is rolling forwards. Now inhale here, exhale to lift the lower leg, and inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now as we're using the legs, we still want to think about the torso being lengthened. So you're lengthening through the working leg and you're lengthening all the way through the crown of the head. So you've got an opposite pull throughout the whole body. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. So you're trying to lift with that inner thigh, the underneath leg. Keep the leg lifted and then begin to circle forwards. Inhaling for one circle and exhaling for the next circle. And again, as small or as big as you like with these circles, as long as they're stable, and reverse. Smooth breath, smooth movement as we flow through our practice. And inhale, exhale, and the last one. Release. Bend both knees and ankles on top of each other. Inhale here, and then exhale to open the top knee for clam. Inhale to lower, and exhale to open the top knee. Now the top hip wants to stay exactly stepped onto the bottom hip. And you can stay with feet on the floor, or you can come to high clam by lifting the feet, but keeping the underneath knee down. Same thing, exhaling to open the top knee, inhaling to lower. Keeping the torso and the hips stable, lifting the underneath waist away from your mat. Kind of imagine that you've got a line of ants that want to travel underneath your waist, so we want to keep that away. Now knees in front of hips, ankles underneath knees, as if you're sitting on a chair. Now inhale, knees touch, and then exhale, toes touch. So rotating around the hip again, internally and externally. And again, top hand can be on the floor to stabilise, or on the hip, wherever it suits you. Now we want to try and get the toes as high as you can as the knees touch, and the knees as high as you can as the toes touch. Really getting the maximum movement as much as you can while keeping your stable body and hips. And then keeping the top leg raised, circling it forwards. Inhale, and then exhale. Deepen the breath into the core. Let the spine fill with breath as it lengthens. And reverse, taking your circles the other way. And again, stabilise through your hips. Scoop the abdominals in and up, and engage your pelvic floor. And release. Definitely felt that working. Had to give my top hip a little bit of a pat. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So press yourself up against, use the back of your mat to set up in your straight line, and then choose whichever setup is best for you, with the block or without the block. And ears, shoulders, hips stacked nicely on top of you. Bring the legs 45 degrees in front, eye gaze forwards, find a spot on the wall in front of you. Raise the top leg, scoop the abdominals, inhale, float the leg forwards, exhale, flex and take the leg back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. And we always want to keep the top leg in line with the hip. Otherwise we kind of start rocking around a little bit more through the hips. But always take the movement forwards and backwards as far as you can while keeping stable through the torso. Shoulders relaxing down again. Use the breath deep to keep any relaxation you need in those areas of tension, especially the shoulders and the jaw. Heels together, toes apart as we inhale to lift the leg, exhale to flex the foot, heels together and lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Now the breath as you inhale, let it flow all the way to the end of the toes, lifting the leg out of the hip, but the hip's nice and strong and stable. And again, lifting the waist to let those ants go underneath the waist, especially as the leg lifts, because that's when we tend to kind of arch in the spine. Bend the top knee, place it on the block, or just place the knee on the floor, lifting the underneath leg. Inhale and then exhale, lift, inhale, lower. exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now I'm kind of leaving my leg about an inch off the floor, so I'm not totally putting it down, which works the inner thigh a little bit more. So you can use that option, or you can take the leg all the way down, it's up to you. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head, all the way down the spine to the end of the toes as you lift and lower the leg. Again, exhale to lift, and then begin to circle the underneath leg forwards. Inhale and exhale. So we want to try and keep the breath, the inhale and the exhale, even as we move. So we know we keep the breath seamless and the movement seamless. Now reverse the circles the other way. Inhale, exhale. Keep the leg long, so we want to extend through the knee. Pull up on the kneecap. And release. Both knees bent. Bring the knees a little bit further up. Heels towards the butt but not touching. Inhale here. Exhale to open the top knee. Inhale to lower. Top hand can either be resting on the floor or hand on the hip. I like to put mine on my hip because it reminds me to keep it still, and sometimes you can recognise, or you can a lot more, if your hands are there, if your hips moving. And low or high climb. High climb with the feet lifted off the floor, and again exhale to open the knee. Inhale to lower it down. Now as we lower down, it's the easier part of the movement, but we want to create some resistance. So imagine you've got something of a basketball between the knees, and that's what you're squashing as it comes down. And now pull the knees up a little bit more, and then knees together, and then toes touch. Knees touch, and then nose, toes touch, should I say. Can't talk today. Equal breath again, and trying to get your knee as high as you can as the toes touch, and then toe as high as you can and as the knee touch. And really rotating around that hip, stabilising as we scoop the abdominals in and up. Always work from the powerhouse, strong movement in the rest of the body. And begin to circle the top leg. Inhale and exhale. Again, reduce any movement, get rid of that movement in the hips and the torso. Use the breath and reverse. Equal inhales and exhales. Good, lengthening through the spine, relaxing the shoulders down as we move. And release. Ooh, feeling it again on this side. And then press yourself up. We're going to come into an all-fours position. So knees under hips, and then your option is to keep the wrists under shoulders. Or if you've got any wrist issues, come down onto the forearms. So elbows underneath shoulders if the forearms are down. Extend your right leg back, and then we're going to exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Now as we lift and lower the leg, feel as though the inner thigh is trying to lift up towards the ceiling, and your outer right hip is trying to wrap in as your abdominals scoop. So we don't want any arching in the lower back, so keep the spine lengthening and the abdominals really pulling in towards the spine. As we exhale to lift, inhale to lower the leg, exhale, lift. So only exhale and lift any amount so we can keep stable. Now we're going to exhale the toe wide, inhale up, and then exhale, cross it over. Exhale wide, inhale, lift, exhale over. So breath's a little bit quicker this time. Out, up, cross, up. So working again the outer and the inner thigh, the glute, and all the muscles around the hip, as well as the abdominals to stabilise. All the muscles around the shoulders to stabilise there as well. Excellent work. Keep the crown of the head reaching long, chin to chest. Find a spot on the mat, on the floor, just to keep the eye gaze and keep the mind focused as well. And out, lift and cross and lift. And then release that leg down, switching on to the left side this time. I think I just had to readjust because my elbows are a bit bony. Extending the left leg back, and then exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Again, inner thigh lifts to the ceiling, outer left hip pulls under as the abdominals really pull in. Scoop the abdominals in and up, belly button pulling into the spine as the pelvic floor lifts. Lengthen through the crown of the head, really lengthen through that back leg. So you exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. And again, slow and fluid movement as we create nice strength and control. And then exhale, take the leg wide. Inhale, lift, exhale, cross it over. Inhale, lift, exhale, wide. Inhale, lift. And by now you'll definitely be feeling this working. So we never want to work to the point where our posture and our alignment is changing for the bad. So we want to keep everything really still. And we don't want our spine to be really rolling around. So just take, if you need to do 2 less than me, that's absolutely fine. Just take it to your level and release. Now I'm going to come up onto my wrists because my elbows are way too bony for that. So you stay where you are if you like. And take extra padding if you need to. Now bend right knee and we're exhaling to lift the toes to the ceiling and inhaling to lower. So nice smooth and small movement for this. Working the back of the thigh and the glutes. Exhale to lift, inhale lower. Exhale lift, inhale lower. Now keep the chest lifting away from the floor. Shoulder blades pulling together and sliding down the back. And then keep that leg lifted in small pulses. Working a little bit more through the glute and the higher part of the hamstring. And release. Switching sides. Left leg this time. Inhale here. Exhale lift. Inhale to lower. Halfway. Exhale lift. Inhale lower. Now never lock through the elbow joints if you're on your wrists. And again, keep lengthening through the crown of the head, chin to chest. And find your spot on the floor again. And now focus on the inner thigh lifting, outer hip wrapping under. Exhale lift, inhale lower. And then pulse. Really lift it to that maximum point or maximum range of your movement. And keep the breath smooth. Abs in really tight to lengthen the lower back. And breathe. Release. Hips back towards heels. Child's pose. Just extend through the spine. And take a deep breath. In through the nose and out through your mouth. Coming up. And then lower yourself all the way onto your front. Prone setup. You can rest your forehead on the back of the hands, that's what they're called, or come onto your forearms, so elbows underneath shoulders. Now scoop the belly button in, butt squeeze, top of the head lengthens, chin to chest. Now we're going to take 2 exhales as we bend our knee and pulse our heel towards our butt. Exhale, exhale, inhale to lower down. Exhale, exhale, inhale down. Now I've point and flexed my foot, but don't worry about this, just get the action of the movement. Exhale, exhale, inhale down. Exhale, exhale, in. Now we want to feel the pubic bone lightly pressing down, but the hip bones trying to lift away from the floor as you scoop the abdominals away. And release. Now bend your right knee, ankle over your knee, ground the hips down, belly button lifts, butt squeeze. Now we're going to exhale to lift the knee away from the floor and the thigh any amount, and then inhale to lower. Now this movement will be really small, so don't worry about getting a really big movement. It's about really feeling it working underneath the butt, and then switching to the left. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale lift, inhale lower. And feeling like the heel is reaching up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Trying to lift and scoop the abs away from the mat. As you relax through the shoulders and shoulder blades slide down your back and release. Lift both feet, take the feet wide as you inhale, 2 taps as you exhale together with the heels. Exhale, exhale, inhale wide, exhale, exhale, inhale wide. Exhale, exhale, wide, exhale, exhale, inhale. Now the legs don't have to be very far off the floor, and if you ever feel any stress or pain in the lower back, just don't do that exercise, just have a rest instead. Now let's have a stretch. Bend the right knee, reach back for the right foot with the right hand, and then just feel the stretch down the front of the thigh. Grounding the hips down into the mat as you breathe, relaxing the shoulders, releasing any tension from the shoulders, jaw, neck, maybe in the hips. Release sides, reaching back for your left foot this time. Pressing the hips down into the ground, feel a nice stretch down the front of the thigh. As we keep relaxed through the shoulders, just take natural breaths now. So we just begin to wind down and stretch. Press yourself up and then take yourself into child's pose again. Hips to heels, arms extended forwards. And really extend through the arms. Chest trying to reach down toward the floor, crown of the head reaching forwards. Heavy hips into the heels as the spine just really feels long in this position. And slowly roll up through the spine. Sit yourself down and then extend both legs forwards. Use your block or a pillow to sit on, just to lengthen the spine if you've got tight lower back or hamstrings. Soften the knees, flex the feet. Inhale to raise the arms up, and then exhale to hinge from the hips, keeping a long spine. And then take the hands down to anywhere along the legs, to the floor, or reach for the toes, if you can. Main thing is to keep the spine long, so it never matters how deep you go into a stretch, as long as you can feel the stretch and the spine is long. Keeping the alignment as we move through our stretches. And release. Bend the right knee and take the sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. Inhale to lift and lengthen again, and then exhale over the left leg. Now the left side of the body wants to feel long as the right side. And release, extend the right leg, bend the left leg, foot to inner thigh. Inhale to lift, and then exhale as you lengthen over your right leg this time. Hands anywhere along the thigh and soften the knee to modify if you need it. Slowly come up. Bend both knees and then take a roll down onto your back. Cross your right ankle just past the left knee, flex your right ankle, and then thread the hands through and behind the left thigh or shin, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Right knee pressing wide, hips grounding down. As the spine lengthens along the floor, back of the neck long, just really indulge in the hip stretch. Because our hips have worked nice and hard today. And then switching sides. Left ankle over right knee this time. Flexing the left foot, always protect the knee to while we flex the foot. And then hug the knees in again. Lengthen your spine along the floor. Just really focus your mind where you can feel the stretch. And as you breathe nice and soft, just feel the release into the hips and anywhere else you might feel any tension. Slowly release. Cross the right knee over your left knee. Lift the feet from the floor and then take the knees off to the left side. Now if having the knees crossed is too intense for your twist, just uncross the knees and place the knees on top of each other, exactly the same stretch, and then switch in to the other side. Taking the eye gaze to the left or away from the legs if that's okay on your neck. Switch the cross if you've got your legs crossed, and then knees to the right this time, eyes to the left if that's okay on your neck. Breathe as you release in the stretch, and inhale, knees up, and then exhale to the left this time, eye gaze to the right. Keep the chin into the chest, back of the neck long as you rotate around the cervical spine and the thoracic spine. Bring the knees up, uncurl, knees into the chest, roll to one side and then press yourself up. Cross the legs, use the block underneath the hips again if you like. Inhale up, exhale forward any amount. Hands to the floor, and then if you like, extend the arms a little bit further forwards. Crown of the head reaching long. So soften through the whole body now. Inhale to lift again. Switch the cross of your legs and then inhale to lift the arms, lengthen, and then exhale to come forwards. Again, stay where you are or extend forwards. Always go to your level or your ability. As long as you feel a stretch, that is fine. Inhale to slowly come back up to sitting. Take a few breaths. Inhale to lift the arms. Side stretch first. Drop the left arm, extend the right arm up to the ceiling, stretch to the whole right side of the body, and inhale to lift, exhale to the left this time. Or the right, should I say. Left arm extending up this time. Chest wide through that stretch. Interlace the fingers at the lower back. Press the palms together as you lift the chest, but keep the chin down. Slowly release. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Round the upper back, open through the shoulder blades, nice and wide through the elbows. Release. Now let's take a few breaths. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Thank you for the class today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like and share the video if you enjoyed yourself today. And I hope to see you next week. Bye!